Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been afraid of a Doberman? I've been afraid of Dobermans when I was younger, before I had much interaction with them and before I owned a Doberman of my own. But since owning a Doberman of my own, even then I've seen a lot of fear surrounding these dogs. Well, believe it or not, almost all the fear surrounding a Doberman can be traced back to one of a very few main primary causes. So if you're one of those people who fear a Doberman, I'm willing to bet that one of these reasons is why. Okay, up first is probably one of the most common reasons people are afraid of Dobermans: movies and television. Dobermans are just visually impressive dogs, and they just have a lot of those visuals that look like intimidating guard dogs. So, of course, in a visual medium like movies or television, they're going to be cast quite frequently as the vicious guard dogs, or just the vicious, intimidating, imposing dogs in general. In fact, I have a great example for you. I'm going to show you a scene from a very popular movie called Resident Evil. And I remember this movie from when I was younger. It scared the bejesus out of me. And in this scene I'm going to show you, the main character, Alice, is cornered in a secret underground laboratory by a pack of zombie dogs. Yes, zombie dogs. And of course, what breed did the producers pick for their intimidating zombie dogs? You guessed it, Dobermans. Did you see that those Dobermans even had sharpened teeth to look more intimidating? And you know what? Resident Evil is a great movie, I think, but they're not alone in their depiction of Dobermans as these vicious dogs. A lot of movies do this, and a lot of people have that image in their head of one of their movies or favorite movies growing up or something that has intimidating, vicious dogs that are Dobermans, and that's what freaks them out. But I remember back when I was a kid even seeing this movie, and even back then, under all that makeup and everything, I could tell, and all those special effects, I could still tell that that dog that was under there was an impressive looking dog, and it was a little intriguing, to be honest. The next reason why people are often afraid of Dobermans is they're just unique breed traits that this breed has that is so different from other breeds. And when we see something very different, us humans, we're naturally a little bit afraid of that, right? We have this preconceived notion of what a dog is, and when we see this dog that acts, behaves, and looks so different from other breeds, we're naturally a little bit afraid. They'll look us straight in the eye. They'll try to figure out what you're thinking about and what you're doing. And really, they're so trainable, and that they react sometimes so quick and snappy to their owner's commands that it almost looks quasi-militaristic sometimes when they respond to their owner's commands. And because of that, I think that can instill a lot of fear for some people. And they just aren't like many breeds out there. They don't have their tongue hanging out. They're not drooling and panting every time they get up. They look at you stoically, elegantly. They'll look you right in the eyes, directly making eye contact, and try and figure you out. And that by itself can be intimidating for a lot of people. Now, number 3 on our list is childhood experiences. People are afraid of Dobermans very often for this reason, especially here in the United States, because it seems like around here in the 70s or 80s or so, the Doberman Pinscher was definitely the tough breed of dog to have for the tough guys. And I feel like culturally, when a breed is kind of the tough dog to have, some not so savory characters go out and adopt or buy that breed and raise that breed, and sometimes it leads to an aggressive dog. So a lot of people here have negative childhood experiences surrounding this breed for that reason. And that's definitely not a breed thing as much as it is a cultural thing. Unfortunately, when one breed is a tough breed to have, some not so great owners go out and get that dog. Now, number 4 on our list is appearance. This is a big reason why people are scared of Dobermans, simply how they look. Now, I can't really blame them so much. The appearance of the Doberman is pretty impressive. They're big dogs, they're muscular, they have big broad chests, they have a thick muscular neck, a small head, and here in the States, they very often have cropped ears and a docked tail, and they just look overall impressive looking dogs. And they could be the most gentle, kindest dogs in the world, and they are, but just with their impressive looks alone, it's kind of understandable why some people would be just naturally intimidated by them. And the next reason, and this is definitely a big one, is the rarity factor of the Doberman breed. The Dobermans just aren't near as common as they used to be. In the 70s and 80s, you'd see them a lot here in the States, but now you don't see them near as much. And a lot of the tough dog owners have moved on to other tough breeds, which is actually a blessing in a lot of ways, in most ways actually. But one side effect of that is you just don't see them as much, so you don't have as much personal one-on-one hands-on experiences as you may have had in the past. So people have to rely on stories from other people about Dobermans, and this could be negative childhood stories. They have to rely on their movies and television, what they tell them about Dobermans, and just not much personal first-hand experience, so they don't get a chance to see how mild-mannered and kind and sweet that these dogs really are. So combine this rarity factor with the fact that they're such a unique breed, both behaviorally and how they look, and really it explains a lot about why people who finally meet a Doberman in person are afraid of these dogs. They look different, they act different, they look you in the eye, they have no personal first-hand experience, they only got the movies and television to go on. This rarity factor plays into all these other factors I told you in this video, and that's a big one as to why people are afraid of this breed. The truth about these dog breeds is they are unique. Yes, they're very unique dogs as compared to all other breeds out there. And for this reason, they're actually amazing dogs to own and raise as part of your family. They're both one of the most intelligent and most trainable dog breeds, and they're extremely loyal too, all wrapped up into one single package. And that's just not my opinion. There's actually studies to back that up, and I'll link to the sources down below. But they're just kind, gentle, they're amazing with kids, and they interact on a very, very personal level with their owners. They're so in tune with their owners' emotions that they just act in such a personal manner with their owners. And this in-tuneness with their owners is something that was bred into them by their creator, Carl Frederick Lewis Doberman, who's trying to create the ideal personal protection dog. And yes, it's great for protection that they're so in tune with their owners, but it's also amazing for companionship as well. They're Velcro dogs. That's what they're called. That means they stick to their side, they love their owners, and they want to be a part of everything that their owners do. And all this in one package really just makes them incredibly easy to love dogs, and they really do become like members of our family. If you have a Doberman already, you know how big of a part of the family that they become, and as such, you know that even our Dobermans need gifts from time to time. And you may not know this, but I did a whole series of videos all about the best dog toys for Dobermans specifically, where I tested all these toys hands-on. I did one all about the toughest dog toys, where we found great toys that really hold up to their chewing power of the Doberman and is really engaging for them. I did another video all about puzzle toys, the toys that really engage their mind and keep them happy and content throughout the day. And I did a video where I reviewed like all the toys, like every single toy is supposed to be good for a Doberman, and picked 5. If I could only have 5 toys for my dog, which 5 out of all those toys would be the best for a Doberman? I did a video on all those topics. They should be popping up on your screen right now, and you could check out any of those. But before you do, hit the subscribe button down below. I'd very much appreciate it, so you can keep learning about this amazing breed together with me. But check out one of those videos. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time.